Hey everyone, this is PrinceBrightstar, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. This is part 7 of the series, as we're going through this as a spoiler cast. We have just returned back to Eorzea. Let's speak to Alphino and let's get this going. Here we are, home at last. I must say, the journey passed more quickly than I had expected. That would be due to the absence of otherworldly interference, I expect. I should be glad if we did not speak of that unpleasantness again. But in spite of all of that and more, we returned better for the experience, and more importantly, triumphant. Indeed, and while Doma freed of Imperial oppression, it is only right that we turn our thoughts to the plight of Ala Mhigo. Well, I'm all for that, obviously, but I think you should go and see the refugees at Revenant's Toll before doing anything else. They'll be thrilled to hear what we've accomplished, and it'd sound best coming from you. Thank you. I shall do as you suggest. I see I'm not too late. Admiral, what are you doing here? The East Aldenar Trading Company informed me of your impending arrival. I have tidings I thought best to share with you in person. From Gyr Abania? Aye. The Alliance still holds the wall despite several Imperial counterattacks, but we have been unable to press further into occupied territory. Commander Kemp and his men, meanwhile, have made great strides towards rebuilding their depleted ranks. They have even taken it upon themselves to attempt some few operations, with mixed results. I am sorry to say 'twas a complication arising from one such venture which moved me to seek you out. During a mission to transport wounded resistance fighters to the Rising Stones, Kryl Baldessian was taken prisoner. Kryl? Do they know where she is being held? They do not. But your comrades were informed at once, and I am told Thancred is in Gyr Abania looking for her as we speak. How could this have happened? We must seek out Thancred without delay. Nay, Kryl taught me better than that. It would be unwise to act without first acquiring a full understanding of the situation. Thank you for informing us. Tired though we may be, we must make haste to Castrum Oriums. Pray excuse us, Admiral, Lady Yagiri. Alright, so let us teleport our way over to there. Thancred, there you are. There you are. Have you heard the news? In broad strokes from Admiral Blofwislin. What happened? Kryl and a squadron of resistance fighters were escorting Y'shtola and several other wounded to the Rising Stones for further treatment when they were ambushed by Imperial forces. Arnvald and his men fought valiantly, but in the chaos. I will make no excuses. We failed to protect her. Do not be so hard on yourself. You protected Y'shtola and the others, did you not? Tell us about the attack. It was the Skulls. They knew a path across the wall we hadn't found. We thought we were safe once we reached the Black Shroud. We weren't expecting an ambush. During the fight, I caught a glimpse of their leader's memories. It was all planned. The advantage of having a walker in the field. I am not as strong in the echo as Prince is, of course. Half the time it's enough to knock me off my arse, like I've taken a dose of concentrated aether. So you walked in for Dola's memories. What did you see? A woman promised the world, education, training, citizenship, all that and more if she but sold her soul. A traitor to her people, a pretender to her masters. It was Xenos himself that gave the order, told her to return with Cryo Baldessian, alive. Our agents have been carefully monitoring Imperial communications since the attack, but have yet to intercept any transmissions making reference to Cryo or her current whereabouts. If their orders were to bring Cryo back alive, we can save her if we move quickly enough. As you say, time is of the essence, which is why I intend to slip past enemy lines and see what information I can uncover on my own. In the meantime, it is up to you and our allies to command the Imperial's undivided attention. Lots of shouting and explosions and so forth. Keep them distracted and I will find her. Very well. I wish we could do more to aid you, but I understand. Commander Kemp is on his way to the Castrum as we speak for a meeting with General Alden. If you hurry, you can find him on the road and discuss the situation beforehand. I think Prince and I are going to go and see Conrad like he suggested. You all wait here. Alright then, let us make for the road. Looks like it's going to be right down here. Well, if this isn't a pleasant surprise. It fills my heart with joy to see you two hale and healthy. Welcome home, Lise. Prince, I'm sure you've heard about Cryo by now. That's why we're here. It's not like... I'm still not sure what to think about it, but we'll save her. We'll definitely save her somehow. I've no doubt that you will. You look stronger for your time in the Far East, lass. And that's good news for Cryo. I'd like to think so, but enough about me. How is everything with you and the Resistance? Better than when you last saw us, and no mistake. Our involved's been a godsend. Him and Manago, and all the other young bloods have achieved so much in a short time. We've been blessed to receive the support of the Flames Alamegan Brigade, who've been instrumental in freeing our countrymen from labor camps throughout Gyr Abania, as well as some political prisoners from the city proper, believe it or not. Together with the refugees returning to Ul'dah and elsewhere, we've had no shortage of able-bodied men and women eager to join the cause. I knew you wouldn't stop fighting, even after what happened at the Reach. Force of habit, I suppose. Though we've come a long way, we still have far to go, but we'll fight for every ill, and sooner or later, we'll get to Alamigo. But listen to me prattling on when we should be making haste to Castrum Oriens. There's no point in you telling me everything now, when you'll only have to say it all again for the Flame Journal's benefit. You're right. I'll go on ahead and tell the others that you're not far off. Alright, let's make our way back into the Castrum. Alright, here we go. Let us speak with Pippin. You have spoken with Thancred, then. Good. Take heart. If anyone can track her down, it's him. I believe I hear Commander Kemp's parting approaching. If you are ready to address Father and the others, let us be about it. Alright, let's see what we've got here. A new ring, I'll take it. Alright, let's speak to Raban. There you are. And there is Commander Kemp, I see. I know you are eager to speak of our next move, but we would first hear more of your last. Tell us of your deeds in Doma.
Pray, join me in welcoming our Scion allies, but recently returned from their mission to the Far East. We have been most eager to hear a first-hand account of your time there, eventful as we understand it was.
Very well. Allow me.
Such victories are rarely won without sacrifice. But the prize is worth the price. Doma, free after all these years.
Bloody hells. Flooding their own castle for a better chance at victory. We could learn a thing or two from that, lad.
Our agents report a flurry of communications between Garlean and Alamigo in recent days. 'Tis plain they are in the midst of deliberating their response to the Doman uprising.
Good. Every Imperial unit in occupied territory will be on the lookout for civil unrest. The fear of leaving critical locations undefended will make commanders think twice about committing their forces, giving us a chance to seize the initiative.
We have a chance, aye. Mayhap the last one we're ever going to get. While we've done our best to rebuild the resistance, the Imperials have only increased their efforts to root out sympathizers. If we keep on playing for smaller prizes, it's only a matter of time before they crush us again. And that we won't come back from.
A swift advance seems best for all concerned, not least poor Mistress Cryle.
Then let us waste no more time. The campaign for Alamigan liberation begins now. Our first objective will be to capture Castellum Velodyna. Take the bridge, and the whole of the fringes will be ours. From there, we can push east towards the peaks. I name this operation Rulger's Beacon. For as Rulger once sent his star to guide our ancestors to these lands, so too shall it see us home.
The success of this operation is paramount. So long as the Empire holds Castellum Velodyna, the main host cannot advance. Xenos knows this, which is why he has ordered Fordola and her men to see to the bridge's defense. So we'll get to fight the skulls again. The Butcher is not to be underestimated. She is decisive, ruthless, and feared by foes and friends alike. We have a plan to defeat her. First, we send an Alliance force down the main road, signaling our intention to mount an all-out assault. The garrison will muster their forces and prepare for a protracted battle. However, they will soon find that we are ill-prepared for their counterattack. Our men will begin to break ranks and flee. I see. And show them your backs and give them a target too tempting not to pursue. Aye, Fordola is too aggressive not to press the advantage. She will order her men to give chase. We lure them as far as East End, where the commanders will rally their forces and attempt to hold their ground. If all goes to plan, we should be able to keep the greater part of their garrison occupied, leaving my comrades and I to tackle the bridge's remaining defenders. Very clever, I'm sure. But what are we to do if the Imperials smell a rat and return before we've taken the place? I don't need you to take Velodyna, Commander Kep. All I need is for you to fly your flag from its tower. You mean to trick them into believing that the bridge has fallen? Aye. We convince them Velodyna is lost, hit them hard with our reinforcements, and watch them go running for the hills. Then, when the dust has settled, we regroup at the Castellum. What say you? It's a bold plan, but a good one. We'll do it. In that case, we shall support both the Resistance and the Alliance forces. Prince, Lys, Arnvald, I ask that you accompany Commander Kemp. Alessay and I will remain with the Flame General. We will return to Rhalgr's Reach and make our preparations. As soon as they are complete, we will join you in the field. Godspeed. Alright, and it looks like we have been brought over to Rhalgr's Reach here then. Alright, let us speak to Conrad. If we can actually see him here. Here we go. In case you haven't noticed, the flag flying above Velodyna is bloody massive. It'd take a dozen men to change it, and far too long besides. But there's no need for that, right, Monago? Not so long as I have my griffin and a satchel of glamour prisms, no. Arnvald, you're in charge of the runners between us and the Alliance. No link pearls. Lys, I want you to look in on the squadrons. Make sure they've got everything they need. Everybody clear? Aye, sir. All forces are to depart for Castellum Corval when ready. That will be all. Prince, stay with me for a moment, if you would. There's a few men I'd like you to look in on personally. Each of them has lost people, and I can tell that it weighs on their hearts. There have been a lot of new faces since last you were here, so it's best if I just tell you where to look. One's an officer you'll find in the Barber. Another, an old fellow who likes to pass the time on the shore of Starfall. The last is a fiery young lad from Little Alamigo, who I'm told trains by himself by the river to the fringes. You'll know them when you see them. Come and find me when you've finished. Alright. All those are to the west and to the south a little bit. Wait, I know you! Lieutenant Brightstar of the Twin Adder. It is an honor to meet you. I was living hand-to-mouth in Ul'dah, but decided to enlist in the Flames after I heard tales of your daring do, and now, as fate would have it, I've been sent here to join in the fight for my homeland's liberation. Ah, but this is no time to talk. I've got to prepare for the operation. Take care, Lieutenant. We'll give those Imperial whore sons what for. Alright, that's the first one. I say, if it isn't the lad who helped me find the ward I misplaced. Ah, but there I go again, treating you as an equal. It wasn't until after you'd gone that one of my comrades pulled me aside and told me it was the bleeding hero of Eorzea who'd taken time out of his busy day to help me. Well, what is done, but know that I will fight with every ounce of my strength in this coming battle. And the next, and the next. Mayhap that will serve to repay the favor. Fare you well. That appears to be the last one. Prince, am I right? I doubt you remember me, but I'll never forget you. You saved my life in Little Alamigo, you did. Wilred and the rest of us had got it into our heads that if we had enough crystals, we could summon Rhalgr like the Amalja summoned their god. Thankfully, you put a stop to it. Ever hear about what happened to Wilred? Joined the Braves when they came calling, only to turn up dead one day. Never found out how or why, but I reckon it doesn't matter. Dead's dead after all. But at least he died doing what he thought was right. Maybe that's the best folks like us can hope for, eh? Not that I'm in any hurry, mind. Alright, let's make our way back over to Conrad. You've had a word with the men I mentioned, then? As I'm sure you noticed, they've another thing in common aside from tragedy. You've touched each of their lives in one way or another. But that's not the reason I wanted you to speak with them. A man who's lived in Gyr Abania his entire life, who bore witness to the realities of the occupation for 20 unbroken years. A man who fled Alamigo in search of a new life, who swore to serve another nation, only for fate to conspire to send him back there. A youth born on foreign soil, who never knew his parents' homeland, yet nevertheless felt kinship with our cause. 3 men, 3 stories, 3 reasons, yet all belong to the Resistance. In growing larger, we've grown more diverse. And while there is good in that, there's also the potential for strife and discord. It'd take a special sort to lead such men to Alamigo, don't you think? Someone like Leash, you mean? I see we're of one mind. She'll have to make the decision for herself, of course. You've traveled with her, been by her side when she's had to make hard choices. You've seen her at her worst and at her best. If you think she's got it in her, then she does. Look after her, Prince. She's our future, and my hope. I trust I needn't say that this conversation is just between you and me. Good lad. Right then. We'd best head to Castellum Corvi. Or what remains of it, rather. Alright, so... for that, we need to make our way to the Fringes. Alright, while we make our way down there, I do want to bring up the map here real quick. And I want to head back to the east for just a brief moment here. Over to Othard. And let's actually bring this to the world map. Here we go. So, one of the things I had been hoping that we would be able to do in this expansion would be to go to this particular area down here, this kind of moon rocky area. But sadly, we did not go there, so I'm curious when we actually are going to get to that area. It's, I'm not even certain if they would cover that in any of the post-content releases with patch 4.1 and so on. It's a shame, but it looked like it was going to be a pretty fun area there, so hopefully we will see that soon. If not, it'll be in the next expansion, I guess. Anyway, we should be there fairly soon. Alright, we have reached the Castellum. And I see signs of a duty here, so let's have some food. And let's get this going. We'll lead the way while the other units launch their own separate attacks. Remember that we need to hold out until Monago sees to the flag. Got your gear in order? Any moment now. Alright, duty calls. Let us proceed.
It's begun then.
It's begun then.
Good. It's the waiting that drives me mad. Standing around, knowing what's to come. I'll never get used to it.
Calm down, Nago. You're making her nervous. We've come this far, haven't we? We just need to make it the rest of the way.
Right.
Looks like the bastards went for the bait. The bridge is ours for the taking. Now remember, Monago, I want you to make for the tower as soon as you see an opening and get that flag flying. We'll see to the fighting.
I won't let you down, sir.
Come then. Rolga's star shall burn bright this day.
Alright, here we go. Alright, so we need to take out these scouts.
Here it comes!
Takes care of one of them. One left. Alright, let's take the bridge. Alright, so we gotta take out these cannons here. One. There's number 2. And there's the last one. Alright, looks like we have the bridge. Think you're clever with all your little tricks? Think again! None of you are leaving here alive. Alright, let's take her on. Alright, got it. So those things are going to be pointing at whatever direction those are going to head in. Nice try with the turrets there.
Meet my new friend!
Oh, what's this now?
I'll cut you to pieces!
The turrets and then the directional thing. Looks like this is going in our favor here. Same pattern as before. This should be it. There we go. Duty complete.
God damn you! No more running! No more hiding! Let's finish this! Look! The flag!
The bridge is ours! Al amigo! Al amigo! Al amigo! Ah!
Stand your ground! It's not over yet!
Damn it!
Let them go, Lise. We've done what we came here to do. That's enough for now.
Velodyna is fallen? Impossible!
We have them on the run! Forward! No mercy!
Regroup! Regroup! We have to regroup! All units, fall back!
Commander, the 4th cohort has been routed. We'll be at the mercy of the enemy's reinforcements if we don't fall back now.
Idiot! We have the stronger force by far. Don't be taken in by their tricks. Or would you rather tell Xenos you lost to this rabble?
No, but if the snakes betray us in the confusion, we'll have no way out. I'm begging you, Commander. Give the order, or we'll all die here.
As common traitors who drank of muddied waters. For all the good it did us. Skulls with me! The day is theirs, and so is this bastard bridge. Someone bring the snake.
I suppose. It's our first victory, isn't it? And that has to be worth something.
Alright, let's speak with Lise. It's a shame Fordola got away, but we did what we came here to do. I have to remind myself it's just the first step, but it's a big one. We're going to take it back, all of it, one ilm at a time if we have to. Let's see. Let's go with that. There's still a chance that some Imperials are holed up inside the Castellum. We'll need to search it top to bottom to be sure it's safe. In the meantime, I want you to rendezvous with the main host. Keep your weapons at the ready. There's a chance you may come face to face with soldiers on the run en route. On second thought, it might be prudent for you to do a preemptive sweep of the region for soldiers that have gone to ground. We shouldn't afford them any time to regroup and launch a counterattack. When you've judged your work is done, report to General Aldin in Bittermill. Alright. So, looks like we got 2 spots over here we need to take care of. Okay, here's one. I should probably bring 100 out. Alright, down goes the first one. The second one should be over here somewhere. There it is. Go. And let's head over to Bittermill. Well met. All's well at the bridge? Good, good. The fighting has died down here too, as you can see. Pippin left but a moment ago with a contingent of troops to occupy Velodyna. If and when the Imperials return, they'll find us dug in behind their own walls. I could not have hoped for a better outcome, General. Splendidly done. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It'll take more than one Castellum to turn the tide. My men and I will deal with the remaining enemy forces. Scions, I bid you return to Commander Kemp and his men. Delight not overmuch in victory, not when there are battles left to fight. Our work here is finished. Our resistance allies are waiting. Alright, so back to the bridge. Back so soon. I suppose the General and his men had matters well in hand. The Vice Marshal and his men showed up not long after you left. If the gods are good, there'll be no one left to fight. Alright. I know you're not one for waiting, but if you'll bear with us. Commander Kemp, Marshal Taropin reports that their sweep of the Castellum's interior has been completed. So it's finally over, eh? Pray extend to him my deepest thanks. It's official then. Castellum Velodyna is well and truly ours. Mayhap this calls for... Wait, where's Minago? She took her bird and flew off towards the Peering Stones, the village of the M tribe, where she was born. I doubt that the Imperials who fled Velodyna had a mind to give them trouble on their way back east, but she was nevertheless worried, so I gave her leave to go and see that her people were safe. Though I pray you are right, 'twould be best if Minago were not alone if she were to encounter the enemy. Agreed. Let's all go to the Peering Stones and make sure that everything is all right. If that is your wish, then I've no objection. Just let the guard know when you wish to cross. Alright, let us speak to that guard and cross the bridge. Greetings, Scion. Do you wish to pass? Yes, let's cross the bridge. And let's make our way through this place. And this is going to lead us right into a new town, it looks like, with its own aetheryte. The path to the village is through a tunnel just east of here. Follow me. Okay, I am following you. There's Alphino and Alice. And there is the M Tribe Ranger. Here we go. So, to the east or the west? Alright, before we do anything else, let us go to the aetheryte and attune to it. There we go. And let us speak to Manago.
Ah, you've come. Welcome, friends, to my village. My home.
How fare your people?
Good, all things considered. Better than the Enanta at any rate. They've sent an emissary. I'll take you to her.
We're here to help. Will you tell us what happened?
Aye. It began with a quarrel between the Imperials and the Garlean.
The Garlean are another Enanta tribe. The strongest and the most influential. Unlike the Vera, they want no part of our troubles. They swore fealty to the Empire, and were content to remain within their borders.
Just so. The Garlean forsook their pride in the fight and yielded to Garlemald long ago. But then a new commander was sent to hold the Black Bridge. She demanded the Garlean surrender a hostage, this butcher.
Velodyna. It doesn't make sense, though. The Vera are the ones working with the Resistance. Why would she threaten the Garlean?
Because she is ignorant like all Imperials. She knows not the difference between Garlean and Vera, nor does she care to learn.
I see.
All Velodyna knew for sure was that the resistance would come from the west. She reasoned, therefore, that if the Ananta on the east bank turned their coats, she would be trapped. I take it the Garlean had no choice but to oblige her.
No, they did not. The Imperials left with the Garlean broodmother's own daughter, Anamika. Long days and nights she looked out on the Black Bridge weeping for her child. Until you came. The broodmother knew at once which way the winds would blow. She and her warriors met with the fleeing Imperials in the road and demanded that her daughter be returned.
Bad idea. Vordola's not the kind to take threats lying down.
You know her well. The butcher turned her blade to Anamika and bade the Garlean move aside. But the broodmother would not yield.
I know where this is going.
The Garlean surrounded the Imperials, one of whom, whether out of fear or stupidity, cut the child down. There was naught that could be done.
What madness.
The true madness was yet to come. For in her despair, the Garlean broodmother cried out for her daughter to be restored to life. She beseeched Sri Lakshmi's intercession.
She summoned a primal then and there?
That she did, if only for an instant. Bereft of courage and honor, the broodmother sought solace in her faith. The Imperials fled in terror at the sight of the goddess, abandoning these lands to the Ananta. Now the Garlean bid us make pilgrimage to pay proper respects. Yet though we Veera revere Sri Lakshmi as the holiest of the holy, we will not prostrate ourselves before her.
And so you turn to us?
Aye. All who have fought with the resistance have heard tell of the warrior, the Icon Slayer.
I believe we have heard enough. Inconvenient though the timing may be, if a primal has indeed been summoned, we can scarce afford to ignore it. We must needs discuss how best to resolve this situation.
Alright, let's take a look here at what we got. That looks like an upgrade for our chess piece. Alright, and let's get that on. At the risk of sounding hopelessly naive, there may yet be a way to avoid a violent confrontation. In the past, I fear I have been rather too willing to accept that we have no other recourse than to risk our lives, or rather your life, to address those threats. Yet the primals we have faced thus far have demonstrated a variety of temperaments and objectives. Ravana may delight in battle, but Ramu would sooner keep to the forest with his children. Ere we decide to challenge Sri Lakshmi, it would seem wise to learn more of her nature from those who summoned her unto the world. If that is your will, then so be it. To the north you will find our village. Saisha shall unfold all. We shall leave at once, Minago. Can you inform our comrades at the bridge of what happened? Of course. Be safe, my friends. Alright, let's grab this Chocobo Keep Point. There we go. And let's just check what the merchant here has. It doesn't seem to be stuff of very high quality. Yeah, I think we can pass on that. Alright, and then what is this one offering? Aether Current. Okay. Let us make our way to the north then. And here we have a hunt target. Let's take it out. There we go. It doesn't look like that was enough. Let's see. We need one more. Alright, let us continue to the north. I believe that's an Aether Current over there, so let's go ahead and grab that. And let us hit inside the village. Anything better over here? No, it's pretty much the same stuff. Alright. So we need to head up here, it looks like. We do not often receive guests. What is the purpose of your visit? Greetings and well met. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and we come seeking Sharisha of the Vira. You are she, are you not? You have petitioned us for aid and succor, and we intend to provide them. But we would first learn more of Sri Lakshmi, that we might better understand the nature of the threat she poses to you. A simple request, and one which I shall gladly oblige. In the beginning was Sri Lakshmi. We were created in her image, daughters blessed with her beauty. Her breath became ours, her serenity, our solace. There is naught she would not give. 'Twas the Kalyana broodmother's desire to bring about her daughter's resurrection, which first called forth Sri Lakshmi from the Aether. That being the case, I rather doubt the goddess would be spoiling for a fight. That would depend. The primal's motives will have been colored by the summoner's state of mind, namely that of the grieving mother who had just borne witness to her daughter's murder. Though she apparently craved a miracle, she may also have harbored thoughts of vengeance. Moreover, the Kalyana's conception of Sri Lakshmi may differ from that of the Vira. This is true. The Vira and Kalyana do indeed regard the Lady of Bliss in different ways. To the Vira, Sri Lakshmi embodies freedom. She would not suffer her daughters to be bound to another's will, and so we stand with the resistance against the Empire, and give our lives for the cause. To the Kalyana, however, she embodies transcendental beauty, which they strive to create through their craft, to shape crystals in less art and more ritual, a sacred duty wherein each tribute is imbued with a fragment of the soul. The Imperials do not interfere with this work, and so the Kalyana were content to turn inward and ignore our plight. Until reality asserted itself, and they summoned a primal, a fever dream to soothe their aching hearts. But surely they can see that it won't do any good. The Imperials will still rule these lands. Nothing will change. The Ananta will. The Kalyana bade the Vira make pilgrimage to pay proper respects, remember? Those who do not wish to partake of their primal's bliss will be made to do so. Not while we're around, they won't. Though our beliefs are not the same, we are still kin to the Kalyana. Will you help me? Will you help them to see reason? Know that I'll kill your god if I have to, maybe even if I don't. Do what you will, warrior. The simulacrum is not Sri Lakshmi. If we do not act quickly, more lives will be lost, more families torn apart, more children made to suffer. Then it's settled. We're going to find that primal and put an end to this. My sister Vajra will guide you to Janan Khat, and I shall pray for your success. Alright, let us speak to Vajra. Well met, scions. I am Vajra, she who shines bright and unbroken. I stand ready. We leave upon your command. Alright. You are ready? You look ready. Janan Khat. There you will find Kalyana's crystals and Sri Lakshmi. Follow me. Alright. And while we are here, let's do the same thing as always. Let's just double check and see if this is going to unlock anything. Aether current. Once again, I will come back to those later. Got some big birds over here. Janan Khat. The path leads to an entrance above. Within is an aetheryte. You must use it to enter. Understood. With me, everyone. Alright, into the Beast Tribe stronghold. Apparently they have elephants here. Is that heavy really necessary? There's the Aetherite.
Why, mistress? Why does my Anamika slumber still?
Look thee on her face, supplicant. Thy prayer hath been answered. Flesh sundered hath been made whole. Blood spilt runneth through her veins. Breath stolen filleth her breast.
But she hears not her mother's words, nor sees her mother's face. She is silent and empty.
Only the vessel may be remade, not so the flame which flickered within. Her soul hath been scattered to the four winds.
Now do you see her promises for what they are?
Alize, have you gone mad?
Mayhap I have, but I refuse to stand by and watch yet another tragedy unfold.
Who intrudes upon this sacred ground? Imperials, thirsting for blood!
No! We come not to shed blood, but to save you from the false god who would lead you astray. I understand how you feel. I do. You loved her with all your heart, but when the moment came, you still couldn't save her. The anguish, the anger, I know it only too well. But I also know where this path leads. To embrace a primal is to condemn yourself to an endless cycle of despair. You will never know peace.
A worm-eaten heart may find peace and serenity in service, in beauty and grace. This hath ever been my promise. Naught else.
You tempt them with visions of things that can never be and leave them bereft and wanting. No illusion, however sweet, can change the fact that your daughter is gone. Remember her as she was. Do not suffer this piteous shade to tarnish her memory.
For every prayer that primal answers, it'll demand payment in kind. Do you have any idea how many more Ananta will die to feed its hunger for crystals?
The three of you might want to back off before you get tempered here.
They would have thee suffer man's spite and live in fear. Far better to dwell in my beauteous dream than endure so ugly a reality.
She's wrong! We hate the Empire as much as you, if you just listen!
Poor misguided children. I would spare you the torments of this cruel and misshapen world. Come, bask in my radiance. Let it fill your hearts and free you from your burdens.
I told you.
Abide in misery then, fools. The Ananta are more deserving of my blessing. Leave these lands and my dreamers be. I will not warn you a second time.
Alright, let us speak with Alice. I know. It was stupid and foolish, but I had to try, Prince. I had to. I had to try and I failed, so you have to fight. There is no other way. Primals cannot be suffered to live. You know this. Maybe so, but every time we must turn to you and others like you do, to do what we cannot. I just wish there was another way. We can but do that which is within our power. Lys, Alphino, and I will go and seize their crystal stores. This will not happen again. And you? When it is finished, we will be waiting for you. Alright, so we have a new primal to deal with here. Let us have a quick bite to eat. And let's queue up. Oh, that's not good. More than 30 minutes. I really hope this is not going to take that long. Alright, well, while we're waiting here, let's head outside. I would say let's first collect that aetherite, or the aether current that we saw earlier. Should be right down here. Yes. Alright, and with that, let us check out the path to the south here. I'm just curious what's down here. Looks like this heads deeper into their territory. But I think there's also something down here as well. Another entrance into the peaks. we're almost through. And indeed, there is another exit over here. The question is, can we get past this wall now? And no, it looks like that is blocked for now. So let's check more to the south here, just to see what we can find. If there's an aether current, I'll take it. I think I see it right there, actually. Looks like another village or something. I wish there was something I could do to speed up the queue here, but there really isn't. And that might be an effect of how many have actually completed the trial and are also waiting. It looked like there were a lot of people that were waiting there, though. So I was a little surprised by that. Okay, so we are currently in combat, so we can't jump. Alright, let's wait for that to reset. Okay. Should be safe for us to jump now. Let me just... let's see. Actually, it doesn't look like we can even jump. That looks like a B rank target there. Oh. I think I know what this is. I think this is either where Omega or Shinryo crashed. Alright, it looks like we have an A-rank target here. I will go ahead and report that, although I don't necessarily know... Actually, with all the instances that are still going on, probably isn't a good way to actually get everybody here, since I don't even know what instance I'm in right now. For the new zone, that is. You know what? I'm going to withdraw for just a moment, and I'm going to add in the function that allows me to join a party in progress. Just because typically that is also going to allow, even though we won't see the opening cutscene, typically the fight starts over from scratch if a party fails. And just by doing that, it's saying the wait time is down to 15 minutes here. So, if that is actually the case here, then I will consider that a win here, to make that choice. I just want to try to reveal what this little part of the map is here. It feels like I'll be able to get up there. Yeah, but I'm not able to get it from down here. Alright. Let's head to the north, then. Looks like that guy got free. Guess we're gonna have to go all the way around to unlock that point there. Alright, so aside from something to the northeast of the map there, over here, we pretty much revealed all this map. I'm thinking at this point, since there aren't that many players over here, let's make our way back to Authord for a short time here, and we'll work on some fates over there while we're waiting for this queue to finally go through here. Here we are. We may not necessarily finish this fate in time, but at the very least, we should still get some experience out of it. Alright, that should do it for that fate. Oh, there's an aether current down here. Let's grab that. Alright, here we go. let's see what we got here. So Ignite accumulated Viri to protect ourselves from the attack. Okay. That'll be interesting to say the least. I guess the Dark Knight wants to try to take it. I guess I'll take it then.
Open your heart to me.
Let's see, use the etheric residue lingering on your body. Temporarily disguise yourself as one of Lakshmi's loyal dreamers. When do we actually do that? Maybe now? She has some kind of lily attack here. First glance, one would think that would make Lakshmi to be a white mage, which would actually be very similar to what functions she served in Final Fantasy VI.
Your weary souls in my bosom.
Oh, so that's when I was supposed to use it.
I shall free you from your hate!
Oh! You can actually fall off the platform.
Do not your souls weigh heavy? Your souls are steamed.
So this is kind of a balancing act here then, making sure that you hang on to your Viri until you need it.
I shall free you from your hate!
Overall, though, the fight itself seems fairly straightforward from this point.
Surrender to bliss. Your souls are steamed.
It doesn't seem like she's getting any kind of like stack or anything like that here, but I could see that happening in the extreme version of this.
From your hate!
But basically, this is just a fight that just takes a while, it looks like. Plenty of room for people to recover from mistakes, it looks like. Alright, I believe that was the samurai limit break we just saw. I love the fact that I can cast more than 2 clemency now, at a time. That was made possible by one of the traits I've got, which basically cuts the MP cost in half. Ooh, that's not good. And down goes Sri Lakshmi! Alright, let's get out of here.
You did it again. You saved them. I just wish I could have been more help. So, it looks like the Ananta did have a mountain of crystals after all. Like every other tribe. Gods were all such slaves to our weaknesses.
You slew our mistress! She was our hope! Our salvation! Is there no end to your cruelty?
Listen to me, please. I know that you're only trying to protect yourselves because you feel frightened and alone. But that's how we all feel. Don't you see? If we could just turn to each other for help instead of the gods, I'm sure we could find a way to live in peace. Your crystals are important to you, aren't they? Reflections of your souls, right? Well, you shouldn't have to sacrifice something so precious to a primal.
Who are you to question our choice? You who fight without fear? We wish only to live in peace. And if this be the price we must pay, then so be it!
I know there's nothing I can say to convince you. But I hope that one day you look back and see we only ever wanted the same thing.
Begone, damn you! Spare me your hollow words, and leave me to mourn.
I'll go. But it doesn't mean I'm giving up. Gyr Abania is our home too. And one way or another, we're going to have to learn to live together. Come on. Alphino and Alize are waiting.
Meanwhile, in the royal palace of Alamigo.
Ah, the savage returns, and with her tail firmly between her legs, beaten by beastmen, I hear.
It was a shameful display, by all accounts. She may have curried the Viceroy's favor with her bold promises, but in the end, She's just another plodding bungler like the rest of her kind.
Strange. You would think him a better judge of character. Then again, I hear she's not averse to a more physical mode of persuasion.
I thought she rose through the ranks rather quickly, but no longer. If only she had been content with her lot, she might have lived to see the morrow.
Fadola Rem Lupus. Commander of the Cranial Lupi, reporting as ordered.
Why do you tremble, sir? Could it be that the Empire's butcher is afraid? That she who walks with death is terrified of her own?
I'm terrified of dying having achieved naught. Gladly would I give my life to win a great victory on the battlefield, had I but the strength.
Alas, you do not. Indeed, you are weak. And born of this weakness is a blind fervor, a raging inferno which threatens to consume not only you, but everyone around you.
Yes, my lord.
You were defeated by the Resistance on several occasions. You misjudged the Ananta and spurred them into summoning an icon. Have you anything to say?
I do not, my lord. My failures are my own. I am prepared to accept your judgment.
And that is very admirable. However, I've had enough of this dumb show. Give voice to that hunger I see in your eyes, or I will pluck them from your head.
I want... I want to make them pay! All of them! Everyone who ever mocked or looked down on me! I want the power to make them pay!
Very well. Then I shall give you a chance. A chance to transcend your mortal limits. Assuming, that is, you are prepared to wager your life for such power.
Transcend, my lord. I came here prepared to die. Tell me what I must do.
What's his name? I wonder. Anyway, with that done, let us speak to Lise. I wish we could have left on better terms, but that was never going to happen. It could be a problem if they get their hands on any more crystals, though. Never mind, we'll deal with that when the time comes. Alright, let's see what we got. That looks like that's going to be... let's see. Yeah, that is going to be an upgrade. Wait, 279, 282, but these are of high quality. Yeah, I think these are slightly better, actually. You have done us a great service this day. Long shall my sisters sing the praises of the Icon Slayer. Let us bear the word to them of Sri Lakshmi's passing. Come, friends, to Velodyna. Back to the southwest we go. Ah, the winds whispered of your success, and your eyes confirm their testimony. The Lady of Bliss is no longer holds our Garlean sisters in her thrall. For this we thank you. Prince did the deed. We were but witnesses to his heroism. However, I fear this is only the beginning, for there is no cure for that which drives the desperate to beseech the gods for salvation. Should they wish to use their crystals to summon Sri Lakshmi again, naught can be done to stop them. We ignore our sister's plight at our peril. This we know. We shall endeavor to show them another path so that the day you speak of never comes. We're all in this together, Alamegans and Ananta. We understand that. Hopefully, in time, they will too. You and yours will ever be friends of the Vira. On that you have my word. We should be getting back to the Peering Stones. Thank you again, Sharisha, for everything. Alright, let us head over to the Peering Stones. Welcome back. Conrad and Marshal Tarupin came to render aid, but I hear that won't be necessary. It won't. Sri Lakshmi is gone. Ah, but I should probably start at the beginning. Incredible. I don't know what to say. If you hadn't been there to stop her, who knows where it would have ended. You saved a lot of lives, Prince. Take pride in that. It must be said that this is something of an unprecedented situation. Previous summonings were, to my knowledge, planned well in advance by a tribe as a whole. Indeed, there are several aspects of this incident which bear further investigation. In any event, the Garlean's supply of crystals must remain limited for the foreseeable future, and ambient aether levels closely observed. Actually, there was a previous one involving a certain person wishing a bird back, but that's for the Agent of Inquiry when we get there. Understood. The Alliance will consult with the Resistance and the Vira on how best to enforce said restrictions. Thank you, Vice Marshal. To other matters, then. What news of the Imperials? None, which is itself troubling. It seems as though the skulls and the remainder of the garrison have fully withdrawn into the peaks. We've seen neither hide nor hair of them since Velodyna. Regardless of their reasons, our path is clear. Father has decided that it is time to advance east. Finally! He was also most emphatic that you be spared further duties for the present. You are to rest. It would not do for the Warrior of Light to collapse from exhaustion during the march. We may not be as strong or as quick as him, but we are soldiers nonetheless. we can deal with the Imperials. You've earned this respite, so enjoy it. The same goes for you, Minago. You've been away from your family too long. Don't deny it. As you say, sir. Thank you. We'll make the most of our time here. Alright, Minago. Looks like it's up to me and mine to give you a proper welcome. My mother prepared a special meal for the occasion, and I have it on good authority that hers is the finest cooking this side of Velodyna. Honored guests, I pray you partake of our humble offerings as we give thanks for your many valiant deeds. Thank you, sir, for this warm welcome. We are honored to break bread with you and your family. Come, eat your fill of our food, and drink deep of our spirits. There is more than enough for all. Well, when you put it that way, don't mind if I do. She wasn't kidding when she said her mother could cook. You know, seeing her with her family, I can't help thinking of my own. How my father would come home from a hunt with dinner on his shoulder, and Ida would prepare it with herbs and spices. Our mother died when I was little, so she did most of the cooking. We didn't have much, but we had each other, and that was enough for me. But they wouldn't let us have even that. Theodoric, Gaius, of course Father and Ida had to fight. I would have too, if I had been older. But they didn't have to die. It never ends, does it? They call us beasts, and they treat us like them. They push and they push, and until someone pushes back, until someone takes up arms or summons a god, a false god. If the 12 are watching us, what are they thinking? What are they thinking when they see the strong hurt the weak? When people fight and die, and nothing gets better, and it just goes on and on and on? You'd have to ask them. I don't think the gods listen to people like me. Thanks for listening. I know I was just rambling, but I feel better somehow. Who knows what the answers are, or if there even are any. Either way, life goes on, and we've got to go with it. Sorry, that sounded better in my head. I must be getting tired. Time to turn in, I think. Tomorrow's another day, eh? Let's see what it brings. Sleep well, Prince. Alright, let us speak with Alphino. There's something to be said for a home-cooked meal, is there not? We must cherish these moments, fleeting as they are. The fight will always be there, waiting for us to return. Alright, let's see what we got here. So that is food, Aether Current, And let's grab that. I trust you are well rested and refreshed, yes? Then let's return to the front. The greater part of the Alliance forces should have advanced into the peaks by now, but I expect we will pass many of our comrades on the road east. There's a checkpoint along the way, as I recall, but we will need only to identify ourselves to the soldiers in order to pass. Alright, so we should be headed for that gate that was closed before then. Down here, I believe. Alright, let's speak to this guy. Scions, a pleasure to have you with us again. You'll be happy to hear we've taken Alagiri and have begun fortifying it as our new base of operations in the peaks. Give a shout to the lads if you pass, eh?
I remember how they laughed. Alliance and Resistance soldiers, eager for battle, trading jokes as we marched east towards the peaks. Beyond this last line of defenses lay the locks and the city. Breaching it would be no small feat. But we beat the Imperials back, just like that. And we liberated a village, the first of many.
All right. As you can see, this part of the peaks is much higher than the northern reaches, hence why the Imperials built Specula Imperatoris where they did. See those three towers to the east? That's her. Sits right on the edge of a cliff, so attacking from the north is a fool's errand. From the south, on the other hand, she's no different from any other Imperial installation. You see now why Velodyna was so important, eh? Right then, come along. They're waiting for us in Alagiri. That looks like it over there. Alright, before we do anything, let's touch the Aetheryte. And let's grab the Chocobo Keep. Alright, let's complete this quest. Here we are, the new base of operations for the Alliance and the Resistance. Ah, there you are. Greetings, General. I see you've been quite busy in our absence. Less than you may imagine. The Imperials fled at our coming, and we took the village without a fight. Your timing is impeccable. We were about to discuss our strategy to seize Specula Imperatorius. Though we are fresh from the road, we should be glad to attend. Good. Take a moment to gather yourselves, and join us when you are ready. Well, you heard the Flame General. Looks like we've got a meeting to attend. Alright, so let's see where this meeting is actually going to happen. Over here. That everyone? Then let us begin. Alagiri is ours, and for a mercy we took it without losing a single man. But we dare not grow complacent. Specula Imperatoris will not be so easily won. If I may, General, should we not pause to consider the Imperials' motivations for Xenos to surrender a fortified settlement of strategic importance without so much as firing a shot is inexplicable. We searched the village and found no traps or other signs of sabotage. Suspicious though it may be, I will not refuse this gift from our enemy. The path to Alamigo is through the east, through Specula Imperatoris, and Gyr Abania. It bears repeating, however, that the latter is home to a massive cannon with unparalleled range and destructive power. Which means that we will need to strike Specula Imperatoris quickly, both to limit their ability to locate our forces in the field, and to utilize the installation as a shield against attack, as they would doubtless not risk damaging the towers. I see. Then we have no choice but to accept what we have been given. Aye, that's the way of it. I have no doubt that Xenos has something planned, but we'll just have to deal with it when the time comes. To the assault, then. The main host will commence a direct assault on Specula Imperatoris. During this time, I would hold the Scions in reserve at Alagiri to deal with any Imperial forces that may be dispatched in response. Understood. Wait a minute, we should be fighting with you and the Resistance. I understand you don't want to rely too much on Prince after what he's been through, but at least let the rest of us do our part. Don't do anything too reckless, alright? I won't. I promise I'll do what Comrade says. Mayhap it would be best if I accompanied you, else they can stay with Prince. Oh, go if you must. The two of us can take care of ourselves. You have your orders. Dismissed. Meanwhile, deep within an Imperial research facility.
My head.
Let us see. So, she lives. Impressive. Or merely lucky, though that too may prove a useful trait.
My lord, what have you done to me?
Though we Garleans are intellectually and physiologically superior in almost all respects, we lack the hereditary traits required for the reliable manipulation of ether, hence our unique inability to wield magics. This deficiency, for want of a better word, saw us subjected to decades of oppression by the lesser races, and we were eventually driven to seek shelter in the cold northern reaches of Ilsabard. Fortunately, said region was replete with vast deposits of ceruleum, which proved instrumental in the development of Magitech, a revolutionary technology conceived to compensate for our disadvantage. It was with Magitech that we grew strong, that our nation became an empire. Yet, ultimately, this was an extrinsic solution to an intrinsic problem. What I wanted was not a crude device to be used in lieu of magic. Through modification of the Garlean genome, I argued that it might be possible to enhance a subject's ability to manipulate ether, effectively empowering them to wield magics. Alas, my theories were met with consternation in the Imperial Court. Only Lord Xenos, with commendable foresight and wisdom, deigned to support my research.
You gave me this treatment, but I'm not Garlean.
Alamegan, through and through. What you have been granted is far greater than mere magic. Before that lesser light, it is as a second sun.
I am informed that Alagiri was recently occupied by the Resistance, and that an attack on Specula Imperatoris is considered imminent. This could provide an ideal opportunity to test her performance in the field.
Your skulls, was it? They have joined the garrison at the watchtower?
Yes, my lord. By your leave, I would rendezvous with them and lead a counterattack against the insurgents.
No. Even were you to leave now, you would not arrive in time. There is another duty I would entrust to you.
Found you.
Alright, let us catch up with Alisei here. So full of fire and eager, weren't they? Well, I wouldn't worry too much. They're strong and they have each other. At least he spared me the trouble of having to speak up. I wasn't about to let Lise go alone. Let's see what we got here. This would appear to be yet another upgrade for us here. We have a fair bit of ground to cover, so we should split up. If you come across any Imperial soldiers, you know what to do. Oh, and so you know, I sent word to Arvenwald's squadron. They are already searching other nearby areas, so we have allies in the event we encounter anything beyond our means. Alrighty, so let us find the Imperials that are hiding. Looks like there's one group to the west here. And one to the north. Alright, here's our destination. Let me bring Hadrid back out again. Alright, and now to the north. Here we go. Alright, that takes care of the patrols. Let's head back over to town. Actually, wait a minute, that's pointing to the north. Give me a moment, Prince. Say that again, if you would? No, maintain your distance for now. Understood. Keep me apprised of any developments. That was Arnvald. The pair that was spying on us in the fringes has followed us here. What about you, Prince? Any trouble? And there I was thinking we might be due for some peace and quiet. Glad to hear you dealt with them. I hope the assault on Specula Imperatoris is going well. Alright, let's see. Yep, let's grab that.
Come now, father. You lured the fool onto my blade, and do not try to deny it.
Our work here is all but done. What of Conrad and his men?
They are for the main tower. The skulls have offered fierce resistance thus far, but Conrad seems to believe he can convince them to lay down their arms.
Then we will tend to the stragglers down below. With me!
Report.
Enemy forces have overrun the lower facilities and appear to be mounting an assault on the main tower. We have already received a request for reinforcements. A unit of legionaries has been mustered and is ready to depart. They await your orders, Commander.
Stand down.
Commander?
Tell them to stand down.
Commander, if I may, our people, your people are still in there. They will be slaughtered.
You think I don't know that? I want nothing more than to help them. To lead the bloody charge. But I have my orders. Lord Zeno said no reinforcements. He would have us use the main cannon to destroy the installation.
What? Kill our own soldiers? You must be mistaken.
Mayhap you'd like to ask Lord Zenos yourself. I thought not. Initiate the firing sequence. Wars are won on the backs of the dead. Theirs and ours. There is no truth but this. We must remain firm and resolute and always, always do our duty. Give the order.
Initiate firing sequence.
Aye, aye. Initiating firing sequence. Release safety locks. Deploy main cannon.
Rudolph, Hamlet. For us. For our people. For our future.
I need you to confirm the target, Commander.
Specula Imperatoris, main tower. Fire when ready.
Seven hells!
Long-range artillery.
Those treacherous bastards! Their people were still fighting! Full retreat! Now! Relay the orders!
Understood. All forces retreat! I repeat, all forces retreat!
By the 12th, did you see that? The main tower just collapsed. You heard it too, didn't you? It must have been the cannon at Gyr Abania. But that wasn't an Imperial installation. And their troops were still... Damn it, no one's responding. I don't know if the shell is being jammed or... We have to go right now. They need our help. This way, there's no time to lose. It's worse than it looks. He probably wasn't even... Pull yourself together at the gate. This is our way inside. We need to find my brother. Right now. The locks on the massive gate appear to have been disabled. You need only prise them open to pass through. Let us proceed inside. I'm glad you're here, Prince. In case it isn't obvious, the Imperials fired on us, on Specula and Pirtors. I didn't think they had it in them, to kill their own men just to kill us. Gods damn them all. Where's my brother? Tell me where he is. I want to see him. He was in the tower when it was struck, but that need not mean anything. Our forces are still evacuating, and many remain unaccounted for. Alice, listen to me. There are soldiers wounded and dying all around us. Soldiers with families just like you and me. They need our help. Do you understand? He's right. I'll take the north. You take the east. Thank you. I think I can manage on my own. For a moment there, I thought I was bound for Thal's Great Hall. Ye gods, what were the Imperials thinking? Just give me a moment to let the world stop spinning, would you? There. Alagiri's not far. I'll make it. Everything hurts. I think I was struck by debris from the tower. Wait, I know you. PrinceBrightstar, Ward of House Fortum. We fought together on the steps of faith. You saved my life back then, and now... I can walk, thank you. 1,000 times, thank you. Conrad! Conrad, can you hear me? Now go, put him down over there.
Conrad! Conrad, speak to me!
It was all so sudden. Conrad had just convinced the last few skulls to surrender when we heard the bang and everything started to shake. We carried the survivors to safety, but Conrad's... We have done what we can for him. All that remains is to pray.
Conrad?
Is that you, Lise? I can't see a damn thing. Well, that's that then. Time's up.
What are you talking about? You'll be on your feet before you know it.
It's all right, Lise. I've lived long enough. But listen, I want you to lead the resistance in my stead.
Don't say another word. You'll recover. We'll recover. We'll bring freedom to Ala Mhigo together. We're not going to stop here.
No, you won't. Everything we've built, everyone we've brought together, I know you'll show them the way. You've got it in you, Lise. Not because you're Curtis's daughter or Ida's sister, but because you're you.
Conrad.
Lead them to victory. To freedom.
I will, Conrad. I will. I promise.
Meanwhile, in the chaos of Castrum Abania.
Next round, double the charge!
Come, Nidhogg. We are needed.
That's the cerulean pipeline!
Impossible! How can one man... Shoot the bastard! Shoot him!
My lance has slain far greater beasts. You're welcome, boy.
Notify all units! I want that intruder found! And get the engineers to fix my bloody cannon! The savages are coming!
Right at the right time there, Estinian. Mark, to answer your question, I have yet to actually try it, so I can't give you an accurate opinion yet. We could have killed him. We could have killed them. We could have walked away. But instead we tried to convince them to lay down their arms. We tried to seek a peaceful resolution. We showed them mercy, and this was their response. Fire and blood. This was their answer. Such crimes cannot go unpunished. They must not. God's as my witness, there will be a reckoning. Forgive me. Now is not the time for vows of vengeance. We must remain calm and rational and in control. The Imperials have demonstrated a willingness to fire on their own. So long as we remain here, we are in danger. We three will see to Commander Kemp's body, find my sister, and return to Alagiri. There, that should suffice for now. Go on and join the others. Tell me you found Alpha No. Tell me he's alright. Oh, thank the 12. I don't know what I would have done. Though, saying that, what will the Resistance do without Commander Kemp? Sorry, not here, not now. We should return to Alagiri. Keep an eye out for any wounded who need our help on the way. Alright, let us make our way to the west. Looks like that path is completely broken, actually. But there is an aether current here, so let's go ahead and click on that. Apparently there's supposed to be somebody here that needs help. Right here. It wasn't long ago I was trying to kill you and yours. I half expected you were about to slit my throat. To hell's with this. I should be back home in Ilzabar, instead of taking fire from my so-called comrades. Thanks, friend. Bloody tourniquet came loose and I was having trouble getting it back on. I should be fine the rest of the way. Alright, there should be one more soldier around here that needs help. Right here. Oh, bless you, kind... Wait, is that you, Prince? I didn't recognize you at first. Been feeling a bit dizzy. Must have lost a lot of blood. I can keep going. I can keep going. Prince, we have given over Commander Kemp's remains for safekeeping. Later, I have no idea when, rites must needs be performed. For now, however, we must carry on. We must press forward. We must not give in to despair. All Alliance and Resistance units have now withdrawn from Specula Imperators. It is time we spoke with General Alden. These deaths weigh heavily on my soul, Commander Kemp's most of all. He was a wise leader, he was a patriot, but above all else, he was a good man who will be sorely missed. One of many lost this day. I ask for a moment's silence to pray for the souls of the departed. We have suffered a grievous defeat, but we cannot and will not renounce this cause. The die has been cast. Hold tight to this grief, this anger, and let it drive you forward. Let it be your strength and your shield when you next face your enemy. It will carry us far, General. Of that I have no doubt. Ere we take another step towards Alamigo, however, we must first address the question of how to deal with Gyr Abania's cannon. If the Imperials are willing to employ the weapon without thought for their own soldiers' safety, we may struggle to approach them. A frontal assault is out of the question. We'd lose countless men before we even reach the walls. Would we? Recall that the Imperials could have obliterated our forces had they kept firing, but they neglected to do so. They had no strategic reason to cease fire, which begs the question, why did they? You suspect they were unable to fire the cannon again? Mayhap due to a malfunction? Or one of their officers found his conscience after the first barrage? Or a heretofore unknown resistance faction chose that moment to disable it? There are many possibilities, but the fact remains that they stopped when logic dictated they could continue. And I'll just have to go and see for myself if the cannon is still operational. Are you mad? Conrad put you in charge of the Resistance. We can't risk losing another commander so soon. I know how you feel, Nago. I do. But I need you to understand. It wasn't long after Papalimo and I arrived at Rogger's Reach that Conrad first asked me to join the Resistance, and then he kept on asking. Every time I said no, I told myself it was because of the scions. But even then, I knew deep down that it was an excuse. That I was still afraid of following my heart, because I couldn't be sure if it was for me or for Ida. But then I met someone, on the other side of the world, who had struggled with the same worries. And as we traveled and fought together, I saw him grow and become the leader of his people needed him to be. And now it's my turn to do the same. And there's not a lot of us left, and of the ones that are, many are still wounded. We have to make do with what we've got, and I'm the best qualified. It's as simple as that. Don't worry, Nago. I'll come back, I promise. While I acknowledge Commander Hecht's right to carry out this mission, I see no reason why she should do so alone. Prince, would you go with her? Would have done it even if you hadn't asked, sir. Then it is settled. We will await your return. Alright, looks like, let's see. Looks like we still have one more thing to do here. Sorry to drag you into this, Prince. It may not be the decision Conrad would have made, but I'm not Conrad. I never will be. I don't know what kind of leader he was hoping for, but right now all I can do is be myself. If you don't mind, I'd rather not wait around and have people try to talk me out of it. Let's get moving. I know a good vantage point overlooking the Castrum. Nuyun Crep's Hope. The ship's stranded on the rocks to the east of here. It shouldn't take us long to get there. Oh, but there might be some ancient golems guarding it. Or that might just be an old wives' tale. Either way, it's worth the risk. Niece, Commander, I pray you proceed with all due caution. Do not hesitate to call upon us if needed. To reach the ship, we'll have to scale the cliff face. I'll get some climbing gear and meet you there, alright? Alright, let us head to the east then. Here's our destination. And that must be the ancient golem. Oh, two of them. Oh no, somebody else is here. That's what happened. Alright. And we got a new destination point right here. Sorry to keep you waiting. I see you've met the golem. Looks like the old stories were true, eh? In a way, I'm glad. Right then, time to climb. Phew! That took a bit more out of me than I expected. And here she is. The Uncrep's hope. The ark that one man made to save countless others from the flood during the 6th Umbral era. It's comforting to think that there have always been people who cared this much about their fellow man, who accomplished such great feats that people couldn't help thinking they must have been made up. But the proof's right here, isn't it? I don't just mean the ship, you know. I mean you. Long before anyone started calling you a hero, you were just there for those in need. You did things for people when you didn't have to. Sometimes even when they didn't want you to. It can't have been easy staying true to yourself. But we're all better for it, me included. I'll never be a leader like Conrad, or Hien, or my father. But I can be a friend to you all, and I can fight by your side. I can be me. And that'll just have to be enough, eh? Strange to think back on it. If we'd been standing in different places, or if the shell had struck the tower differently, it would have been me instead of Conrad, or maybe both of us. What kind of monster murders their own? Is that smoke from Gyr Abania? Wait, it's coming from the cannon. I can't tell what happened from here, but I can tell that it won't be giving us any trouble in the immediate future. This is our chance, Prince, to avenge Conrad and all the others who died in the tower, friend or foe. To take Gyr Abania and bring the bastards who gave the order to fire to justice. It won't be easy after the losses we took, but I know everyone's champing at a bit to strike back. With the right plan, I'm certain we can do it. We have to tell the others, come on. Easier down than up, eh? Though not necessarily safer. Anyway, no time to rest. We need to convince the others to strike now, before the Imperials have time to fix their cannon. Alright, let's see what we've got here. Nothing really is going to do anything for us here. Let's grab the Battle Dance materia. There's no time to lose, Prince. General Alden needs to know what we saw. Let's make our way back into town. Let's repair our gear real quick here. You are returned. I only hope you bring good news. We scaled the cliffs of Neunkrep's Hope and spied smoke rising from Castrum Abania's main cannon. I think Marshal Tarpin's right. They didn't fire again because they couldn't. The cannon seems to have been disabled somehow. Then we must attack Castrum Abania at once. It could still be a trick, but if it isn't, we may not get a better opportunity. Bluntly, General, if it is a trick, it is an utterly baffling stratagem. Had the Imperials wished to wipe us out, they could simply have kept firing. Be that as it may, we need not risk everything to seize it. I say we dispatch a small contingent to infiltrate the Castrum and seize control of the weapon. If the enemy is preoccupied with repairs, we may be able to take them unawares. If, on the other hand, it is indeed a trick, our token force will prove an elusive target, and we will at least know the cannon is operational. Either way, it seems well worth the risk, but how are we to infiltrate the Castrum? In anticipation of a day such as this, men and women under my command have labored long to cultivate a network of informants throughout Gyr Abania, including Velodyna. Radiata is home to many who hold menial positions at Castrum Abania and other nearby installations. With the aid of our allies there, I believe we can secure a route into the fortress. The Resistance will handle this. You may have recruited these informants, but they'll be just as happy working with fellow Alamegans. And at the end of the day, it's our land, our responsibility. Let us do right by Conrad. I should be glad to accompany her, General, as would Eorzea and Prince, I am sure. Well then, if you are all in agreement, I see no reason to refuse you. We will make ready to march on Castrum Abania. Go, and may Rhalgr watch over and keep you. My apologies for speaking on your behalf. It would seem my sister's forthright manner is rubbing off on me, I confess. My decision to volunteer was not wholly motivated by concern for Lys, nor less Alamigo. Castrum Abania is the largest Imperial facility in the Peaks, you see, and so the likelihood that Kryl is being held captive there is quite high. Dealing with that cannon remains our main objective, of course, but if there is even a chance that Kryl might be rescued in the process, I would never forgive myself that I didn't take it. Alright, let's see what we've got here. That would be an upgrade for our sword. Let us grab that. So to review, we are to travel to Radiata, where we will meet with a contact recruited by Marshal Tarpin's agents. I took the liberty of reviewing intelligence reports while Prince and Lys were away, so the settlement is not wholly unfamiliar to me. As the Vice Marshal indicated, the vast majority of the populace is employed as menial labor in either Specula Imperatoris or Castrum Abania. Perhaps a result of this, the Resistance has long struggled to make inroads there. Aye, you have the right of it. They got a better deal than most Alamegans, feeding off what scraps and Imperials gave them. Damned if I know how Marshal Tarpin's agents got one of them to turn his coat. I understand your disdain, I do, but I also understand their desire to look after their families by any means necessary. Our contact is a Rogadim woman. She will ask us a question, after we answer with courage. She will know us as friends. Courage, right. Put together a squadron, Noggle. We'll need them soon. With me, my friends, and be ready for anything. Alright, let us make our way out of here. we're headed to the north here. And I see an Aether Current here. Let's go ahead and grab that. See? Did I tell you? What did I tell you? Let us continue on to Specula Imperators. Do you wish to enter Specula Imperators? I definitely do. Okay, looks like we're fighting these guys as well here. Alright, to the east now. Of course there were still soldiers lurking about. Fortunately, there were no match for Elise. Come, Velodyna is not much further. Of course, in light of our recent encounter, it would be prudent to proceed with caution and remain vigilant for Imperial forces. Our turn at this thing. Alright, moving on. That's a fate target. Looks like it's safe to enter. I don't see any Imperials. I don't see smoke above Gyr Abania anymore. Do you think they fixed the cannon already? Alright, let's see what we've got. Alright, let's grab this cane. Alphino said we were looking for a Rogadin woman, right? And that we should answer her question with courage? I suppose we'll just have to strike up a conversation with every one of them until we find our contact. Let me know if you find her, and I'll do the same. Looks like this might be her. Ain't seen you around before. Takes a certain kind of man to walk into a place like this uninvited. One with courage, I suppose. Wild Rose, we used to use that. Courage, you say? Well, that's in short supply these days. Better to keep your head down and go along to survive. Call me a coward too, if you like, because I'll not speak out on it more. At least, not here. Outside Velodyna, behind those barricades over yonder. On the other hand... Hey! Was that who I think it was? Well, that's a relief. Or a trap. Either way, I'll find Alphino and Eorzea. We'll meet you there. Not followed, were you? Good. That's all of you, is it? Let's get to it then. Name yourselves. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, friends of Marshal Tarlpin. Name Stark. Stark Woad. The rest you know, or we wouldn't be here. This is about Specula Imperatorius and the cannon, isn't it? Just so. Can you tell us what happened? I overheard soldiers talking while working in the mess. The cerulean pipeline fueling the cannons was destroyed by an unidentified male insurgent, they said. One man single-handedly disabled the cannon? That beggars belief. Nevertheless, that's what they said. Took a while, but they finally put the fires out, and the engineers have been working day and night to repair it. I wish I could tell you more, but the incident had everyone jumping at shadows and afraid to say much more. To make matters worse, the Almegan help have been sent home indefinitely. So the cannon could already be fully operational. We need to sneak inside Castrum Abania to ensure the cannon is no longer a threat to our troops. Can you help us? That much I can do. I've pieced together a map of the interior over the years, and I know for a fact that there are multiple points of entry. Impressive. If we split into several groups, that may improve our odds of reaching the fire's control center. We may be few in number, but I have the faith that we can see this through. Alright. And let's see, so that is a new shield for us, and that is quite the boost in its stats, too. Alright, Alpha No. We have that for which we came. All that remains is to make our preparations. Prince, you and your ever-dependable allies will enter the Castrum with my sister and I by way of the ventilation ducts leading to the hangars. From there, you will proceed into weapons research and unleash bloody mayhem. At the same time, Alisai and I will create a diversion elsewhere, and in the ensuing confusion, Lise and her unit will attempt to reach the file control center undetected. If all goes according to plan, our three parties will subsequently converge on this location, and together we will secure the cannon before finally notifying the Alliance that they are clear to attack. Sounds simple enough. I'll go and brief Nago on the details. The rest of you come with me. We'll need to deal with the Magitek patrols before you can infiltrate the Castrum. To the east, then. Alright, here's the first of the patrols. Madrid, you can grab that one. I'll hop onto this one. Whoops, and then do that. Alright, and I believe we have another one right here. Alright, let's reset that one. Here we go. And we need to head down there. Almost there, friends. Your point of entry is just around the bend up ahead. The last patrol should be here any moment. Once you've dealt with them, we'll be clear to advance, assuming they keep to their usual schedule. Might be prudent to stand watch for a moment after, just in case. Alright, here we go. Let's wait and see if we have any other Imperials coming. Bob Ragnar, I knew you were a good lot, but I never expected you to defeat them so swiftly. Prince is the finest warrior I know, and I should like to think we have learned something from our time in this company. Now, where is the entrance to the ducts? Right behind you. I've mapped the branches, so you should have no trouble reaching the hangars or any number of other places. Understood. Thank you again for your invaluable assistance. As discussed, Prince, we shall divide into 2 groups and proceed via separate routes into the Castrum. Remember that our objective is to cause as much chaos as possible to draw the Imperials away from Lys and her men. If there's nothing else, I'll return to the Resistance forces and show them to their entrance. May Rhalgr guide you to victory. This is your last chance to make any preparations, Prince. When you and yours are ready, we shall begin. And with that, Gyr Abania is now available. But at this point, I have run out of time for today. We're going to pick this up tomorrow. I get the sense that we are getting very close to the end of Stormblood. Tomorrow may very well be the last live stream. But anyway, thank you for joining me today. This is PrinceBrightstar signing off. I'll catch you tomorrow.